Hello students, today I'll be discussing Chapter 21 in your textbook, Creating Interactive Learning Environments Using Media and Digital Media. My name is Samantha Schultz. Please ask any questions you have throughout this lecture and presentation.
Hello, my name is Samantha Schultz. Today I'm going to be presenting on Chapter 21 of your textbook, Creating Interactive Learning Environments Using Media and Digital Media.
Some definitions that we should first go over so that you understand what we're discussing is media, which includes models, images, and audio-video, which are used to convey different messages. Digital media are these different model images and audio and videos that use digital codes. Multimedia is using a combination of these different things. Now, if you're asking yourself, why would someone use media for teaching? Some benefits include a reduction in the cost of teaching and learning when using media, especially if you're using media to teach a course. There is shown to be an improved learning effectiveness as a result of increased learner motivation when utilizing media. There is an improved retention of learning by students. Interactivity is increased when using media. Satisfaction of learners is shown to be increased. And media leads for opportunities for peer and faculty collaboration. Now moving on to different types of media. These include still visuals, which are projected images that are enlarged on a screen, or non-projected still visuals, which are not enlarged on a screen and do not require projection. Some more examples include still pictures, which are photographic representations of people, places, and things. Drawings, which are when you just use different lines to represent different images. Charts, graphs, which can be used to convey numerical information easier and create more simple view for students. Posters can combine all these different visuals, including graphs, charts, drawings, pictures, and then cartoons, which are just simple line drawings, as you see in the bottom right in this picture in this slide, and they can be used for different types of audiences, especially younger audiences. So another type of media is moving visuals or video and animation. This is when you add motion to a projected visual image. Some examples is like a normal movie that you would go and watch. This is helpful because it permits the safe observation of a phenomena that may be hazardous if you view in a real-life situation. This includes, an example of this is like a bomb exploding. You could not go and watch the bomb explode, but you could watch a video of the bomb exploding with no consequences to the learner. It can be used to enhance problem solving in structural situations. Some examples are DVDs, mass storage devices, which some people know as USBs, video camcorders, video capture, and video sharing. Next, we have audio media. Some benefits of audio media is that it's inexpensive, simple, easily adapted, and portable. This can include audio recordings, podcasts, and voice threads. Some professors use different audio recordings in place of a class or in addition to a class. This can help students learn on the go or repeat the information that was taught to increase learning in the long term. Another type of media is electronically mediated learning. This is a newer, relatively newer, type of learning than audio or just visual. It can include virtual reality or computer-based instruction. These are utilized all the time in learning environments now. Virtual reality is when learners immerse themselves in multimedia three-dimensional simulated environments. This can include sometimes goggles or a mask that someone would put over their face that projects images on the goggles so that someone can feel as though they're in a different environment. Computer-based instruction can be used with tutorials or testing. Tutorials teach new concepts to students, and testing gives faculty opportunities to develop, administer, grade, and perform statistical measurements. Online testing is utilized all the time now, especially in the college environment, as it gives faculty the opportunity to give all students a fair environment and creates a disadvantage for academic dishonesty, as it is much harder for a student to cheat in an online structured environment. And now we'll be moving on to selecting media. It is important to consider many things when selecting media for a course. The media should facilitate teaching and learning. It should assess the specific learners in each course's level of readiness. The environment should be conducive to learning. The media should have relevant information pertaining to the course at hand. The media should also be appropriate for each specific audience's age and level of understanding. It should provide learners with opportunities to apply their knowledge, and it should support the learning experience. So after you select the media you're going to use, now you will be using the media in your class. First, it is important to plan. You should have a procedure, and you should be preparing yourself before the lecture to understand the media that you're going to be utilizing so that your students will understand as well. You should prepare the environment. This is especially important with projecting media, where you will use different material that you will need to project your different media. You should prepare the audience in advance and let them know what you're learning. You should understand different learning styles of your class, and you should take that into account when you're picking out the media, and then prepare the audience and let them know today we will be watching this video, today we will be listening to this podcast, things like that. You should combine media and other types of learning to make it a more interactive environment. Your presentation is very important. It is important to create interactivity and to create a dynamic and collaborative learner and teacher environment. You should be facing your students and be moving, but not too much so as not to be confusing or too busy. You should speak in a clear, concise, and appropriate manner for the students to understand. And you should use different projecting media so that students can see what you're talking about, maybe even at the same time that you are lecturing. Different things that you should consider when you're designing your media is different graphic materials. They should be balanced. If you want to emphasize something greater than the other, you can use different lines or different colors or textures to emphasize something that you are saying is important to the learner. Your media should be simple, maybe not too simple where your students are bored, but simple enough that they can understand. There should be a unity amongst your different media. Space should be appropriate, as too much busy of a work or visual can create a confusing environment for learners. The size should be appropriate so that learners can see. And different shapes can be utilized, such as a triangle, which have different symbols. A triangle can sometimes pull together 3 different ideas, showing how they all interact. This is important subconsciously and obviously to students. Finally, I just want to discuss different shifts in the teaching learning environment. There's been a shift from lecture and recitation to coaching students. There's also been a shift from a whole class construction to utilizing small groups for enhanced learning. It is important now to not just work with better students, as also including weaker students so that they can progress. Different things are being taught, and more students are becoming engaged, which is important to the learning environment. There should be assessments on the basis of products and progress that students are making. There is a shift in the learning environment from competitive to cooperative. There's a shift from primacy of verbal thinking to an integration of visual and verbal thinking. And I've included a reference page of just the different types of media that I've used in this presentation, as that can be, show you how it can enhance learning. Please, any questions that you have, feel free to email me, or I will take it this time.